So, welcome to the aptly named Shanty Town. This place is actually pretty deceptively big, but there isn't a whole lot that goes on, at least in this first little section that we're in. So, I think for right now we'll just try to scavenge around, see what we can find. And I'd say that's a pretty good start. They don't look right. Okay, there we go.
In Edo, Japan, traditional men's garments had no pockets. Inro were miniature containers used to hold personal effects, like an ancient form of wallet.
So now that we've got the fire arrows, we can do our next challenge. It's actually got two parts. First we need to light it on fire and then pull it down. And we just have to do that 5 times, but there are way more than 5 of those things. So we will not have any trouble figuring that out. Probably the hardest things to find in this giant place are the GPS caches. We won't be getting all 15 in one go, at least not right away, and it looks like we keep getting more gun parts. But we'll find all the caches. Some of them are pretty well hidden. And speaking of hidden, our next effigy is all the way up here. I feel it's better to get them out of the way as soon as possible rather than trying to look for them later. They're usually around the border of the town, so if you ever have a problem looking for them, just look to the edges.
There are over 100 of us now. We've started work clearing out the old palace, and soon construction will begin on a city around the base of the mountain. The Japanese built a cargo holding system here years ago that we've gotten up and running again. Matthias claims we're building in honor of the Sun Queen, like some ancient Egyptian monument, but it's obvious what's going on here. Matthias is stalling for time. This massive project is just to keep them distracted. Even with the rituals and storms and rampant killing, it's only a matter of time before they turn against him. And when they do, I'll be ready to take control.
Well, this is a right fucking mess. So much for a quiet retirement. If I find Roth somewhere on this goddamn island, I'm gonna punch him square in the mouth for bringing us here. And then the two of us will kill every last one of these crazed sons of bitches. It'll be just like the old days, minus Dickie Croft. If he was alive, he'd want to study these bastards. Some kind of twisted religious cult. He'd find them fascinating. I hope his daughter knows better and finds a good place to hide. These nut jobs are dangerous, and I worry about those kids. Alex, Sam, this place will eat them alive.
Now, the Solari may have over 100 vicious killers at hand, but we've got Grim, and it sounds like he can hold his own pretty well. Hopefully it never has to come to that. And though I said there wasn't a whole lot of activity here, we'll be seeing something in just a second.
This might be Yuan Dynasty. Could it be from Kublai Khan's lost fleet? Oh wait, it's a fake. Made in China.
So are we just gonna hold on to that thing, even though it's a fake? So this is our first real challenge of Shantytown after that helicopter fight. And you really need to rely on making headshots as quickly as you can. There's about 10 or 12 of them, and they almost seem to keep coming if you can't kill them quickly enough. Thankfully, though, it is short-lived. But hey, nothing like a bit of free scrap and ammo.
Another sacrifice. My God, what's driven them to this?
Now, before we got into that pistol fight, we did hear the bell for a tomb, and it's hidden down here. Along with another GPS cache. Looks like they love their handprints, don't they? And a sneaky bit of scrap right here. And also here. Now to get to the tomb. This is maybe one of the more impressive looking, definitely in terms of style, but the puzzle is just as easy as ever. We want to bring that platform down, and we have a bunch of canisters that'll weigh it down. So all you have to do is throw them up. Now, in order to get back up, all we have to do is throw them off. And then race as quickly as possible.
Strange. Solari defile these ancient ruins, but also worship here.
Oh, those damn hypocrites. Now, unfortunately, we didn't get another piece of an upgrade, but for the experience and the scrap that we got along the way, I'd say it's worth it. But we aren't nearly done in Shantytown. There's quite a bit to go. Thankfully, though, they do kind of separate out the fights that you have to have. There really aren't a whole lot in Shantytown, and I, for one, appreciate that. Oh, there's our next effigy. Now just 2 more to go.
A Ming Dynasty jade figurine, but this one looks genuine.
Well, it looks genuine. I didn't check the bottom to see if that one was also made in China, but she seemed pretty confident. And there we go, just one more. Now your first time through Shantytown can probably be a little confusing because there is a lot to discover and it's sort of a miniature labyrinth of finding everything. Even if you have a map to go by, it's kind of hard to see where everything is just because there are so many levels to the town. You could be standing right over top of an item and not even know it. Oh, can't go up there just yet. You will definitely be making good use of your shotgun while in Shantytown. There's no doubt about that.
Inro are usually lacquered wood, but this one's made of brass. Probably dates from the 19th century. The inside of this Inro smells like tobacco. Perhaps this was used as an ancient cigarette case.
So we're starting to round up the last of the collectibles, but there are a few surprises left in this part of Shantytown.
Matthias has us look for physically strong men for the Brotherhood, but none too smart. They must be willing to take orders and work. Any who question or resist are immediately killed. And the women, Matthias decides their fate. Most are sacrificed to the Dark Walkers, but some are chosen for the ritual. We put up with this insane ceremony. Some brothers are even starting to believe in it. Something clearly controls the storms around this cursed island, and it will never let us leave. Father Matthias claims to speak to it. Her, this Sun Queen spirit, or whatever it is. I don't know what to believe. I'm just doing what I can do to survive.
Well, I take it to mean that the Oni are what he's calling the Dark Walkers, though I'm not really sure. Hopefully we never have to find out. Well, they spotted me before I even knew they were there. This fight isn't too big. You don't have to last against, say, 10 or 12 dudes while being hung by your foot. So it's easy enough, barring the horrible camera there. And just like that, it's over. You'd think, I don't know, where a lot of these people seem to live, there'd be a bit more of a fight for their home turf. But it's a good thing for us that they're not, really. But we are really, really collecting some scrap there. Almost have 1,300. I don't think that's how that should have happened. But either way. That's a bit more like it. Here's where it gets a little hectic.
Move in! Move in! She's trapped! Surround her! There's nowhere for her to go!
So you're pretty much stuck in this one location behind these barrels here, and you just have to hope that you can take down people before they get too close. That guy in the riot shield, though, he's starting to worry me. But with a quick dodge and a bit of a glitchy arrow there, he's taken care of. You want to preserve as many of those flammable barrels as you can because they are incredibly useful. Wait, is that it? Well, that seemed to end pretty abruptly. I mean, you get a lot of guys that sort of rush towards you, but huh, he just sort of stopped. But that concludes our first little adventure into Shantytown. As you can see, that gate sort of impedes us for right now, but there is plenty more to go beyond that. As we just round up the last of the scrap and the ammo, we can head forward. And next time, it's gonna get, well, it's gonna get worse in the next part of Shantytown.